The power of making your own soul cleansing tool. Tools don't cleanse your soul, you do. But when you create a tool with intention, something powerful happens. Your energy, your clarity, and your alignment become amplified. Across cultures and lineages, people made their own cleansing tools, not because the object held the power, but because the act of creation activated something inside them. It signaled readiness. It signaled participation. It signaled truth. When you make your own soul cleanser melt, you're not just melting wax and adding ingredients. You're choosing to strip away what isn't you. You're choosing to reset your field. You're choosing to return to clarity. The creation process becomes the first cleanse. The tool becomes the amplifier. Because when you craft something with your own hands, when you choose the ingredients, set the intention, and build the container, you're not waiting for clarity to find you. You're creating the space for clarity to return. That's why these tools work. Not because they replace your power, but because they reflect it back to you, clean and undistorted. Soul Cleanser doesn't just clear your energy. It amplifies the parts of you that already knows how to release, reset, and return to yourself. When you make your own tools, you're not consuming healing. You're participating in it. You're choosing alignment. You're choosing clarity. You're choosing you. Soul Cleanser, the creation process. You will need the following to create your own Soul Cleanser wax melt. 12 ounces of beeswax pellets, 2 tablespoons of organic, unrefined virgin coconut oil, 70 drops of frankincense essential oil, 40 drops of clary sage essential oil, 70 drops of grapefruit essential oil, and 80 drops of lotus essential oil. 6 teaspoons each small pieces of black obsidian, pyrite, clear quartz, and smoky quartz, 12 to 15 sage leaves, 6 helichrysum flowers, and 6 teaspoons of rose petals. This recipe makes 6 large melts that can be cut into quarters for extended use. All tools and ingredients can be sourced from your preferred suppliers. The storage jars and cookie sheets can be found at the Dollar Tree. Step 1. Prepare your workspace, where reset begins. Set up your wax warmer or hot plate in a well-ventilated area. Lay out your pot, stirrer, thermometer, and molds. Gather your crystals and botanicals, and pre-measure your essential oils. You'll thank me later. Detox doesn't begin in the wax. It begins in your honesty. This melt is a reset, a clearing, a moment where you choose to strip away what's been sitting on your spirit. Step 2. Melt the beeswax, softening what was coated. Add 12 ounces of beeswax to your pot and melt it over a low to medium heat, around 145 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Beeswax melts slowly on purpose. It teaches you that even the most stubborn residue softens under steady warmth. Stir gently as it liquefies, letting the golden wax mirror the cleanse you're calling in. Keep the temperature steady, never above 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Too much heat can burn the wax and dull the essential oils. Step 3. Add coconut oil. Ease in the release. Once the wax reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit, remove it from the heat and add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. This softens the final melt and improves scent diffusion. Energetically, it represents easing the release, the moment the buildup begins to let go. Step 4. Infuse the essential oils, the breath of the reset. Let the wax cool to 135 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature where essential oils stay potent and alive. Then add 70 drops of frankincense, 40 drops clary sage, 70 drops of grapefruit, and 80 drops of lotus essential oils. Stir slowly, letting the scent rise like a clean breath after being weighed down for too long. This is where the melt shifts from ingredients to purification. Step 5. Prepare the molds. Build the altar of cleansing. Before pouring, prepare each mold like a tiny altar of reset. Into each cavity, add 1 teaspoon of black obsidian to extract the psychic residue and pull out what's been sitting on your spirit. 1 teaspoon of pyrite to burn off stagnant energy and restore the inner fire that heaviness dimmed. 1 teaspoon of smoky quartz to ground the release and transmute what leaves you into neutrality. 1 teaspoon of clear quartz to amplify the cleansing intention and restore crystalline clarity. 1 teaspoon of rose petals to soften the process and bring compassion into the cleanse. 1 helichrysum flower to tend to the soul wounds revealed as the buildup clears. And 2 to 3 sage leaves to purify thought forms and sweep out lingering debris. These botanicals and stones don't just decorate. They anchor the melt in truth, cleansing, and clean restart. This is where the melt becomes a tool, not because of what it looks like, but because of what you're placing into it. Step 6. Pour the wax, the first layer of release. Pour a thin layer of wax into each mold. This helps the botanicals and crystals settle and prevents floating. Let it thicken slightly, not fully set, just enough to hold. The first layer is the moment the residue breaks. Quiet, precise, decisive. Step 7. Add the remaining wax. Let clarity take its shape. Once the first layer grips the ingredients, pour the remaining wax slowly over the top, like clarity filling the space where buildup once lived. Pour with intention, knowing this tool is being built to amplify your reset, not replace your power. This is where the melt becomes whole, where the ingredients become a vessel, and your intention becomes form. Step 8. Let them set. Trust the unrushed cleanse. Allow the melts to cool naturally for a minimum of 24 hours. No freezer, no fridge, no rushing. Reset lands in stillness, patience, and breath. Let the melts honor that. Once fully cooled, remove them from the molds and store them in an airtight container. They're ready for your next moment of choosing clarity, cleansing, and soul level restart. Thanks for watching. If something in this video resonated with you, honoring that with a like helps this work find the people who are meant to see it. And I'd love to hear your reflections in the comments. It's always beautiful to see how these messages land for different people. And by all means, share it with anyone you think might benefit. If you want to keep exploring with me, make sure you're subscribed. I share new videos every week, and each one builds on this journey in its own way. Please never forget, my intent is your ascent. See you next time.